It says I'm live. Alright. Appears to be true. I am in fact live. You know what's funny is that I wrote Road to Top 10. Sorry, Road to Top 5. I don't know why I think that's funny, because I just have my doubts. But we are on a very long road to Top 5. Anyways, let's continue. I have a feeling that this run will not go well, but we're doing it. We ain't a quitter. Hope you guys are doing good. I'm also hoping to hear from Potato about the K-drama. Well, I guess I can just continue. These fights aren't that hard. Hey, Masha. Hello. I was just texting. Also, I was looking at the Discord. Yes. 8.5 by 11's meme. You weren't around yesterday? I was metaphorically herding cats. Metaphorically. Yes. This feels a little bit loud to me. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? I had my first session of the Tainted Grail TTRPG, by the way. Went well. Alright, let's see here. What's the plan, Stan? I believe I start with a duplicate, don't I? Let's double check. I do. Man, we already have it all defended. Why is it so easy to do? Maybe I just want to get a call to arms. Oh yeah, that doesn't even damage all too much. I forgot. This one is like the rough one. Okay, I could do a call to arms, but nothing is even that useful. Let's go for the big guy. Oh no. My second monitor is being a pain again. Let's see if it works. Alright. At one point I threw a stick of dynamite to clear out a space. One of my friends went, "Oh, what's that?" I literally shouted, "Don't go closer," a second before she blew up. Yep. Man. Yeah, I that is definitely similar things have happened to me before in games as well. Whatever you do, don't touch that. What do you say? It went okay. So yeah, it was session 0. So we started the campaign, but I pretty much just had them get integrated into the world for the most part. That was essentially the goal. And I think it went well enough. You know. I don't think I'm doing this right, but that's okay. I haven't done this in a minute. But yeah, so yeah, so I started the campaign, and yeah, it's gone all right. No complaints. I will say that, well, I guess maybe there's one complaint. The only wow, you're deadly. Okay. The only problem, I suppose, was that... So in the game, you have to do these mental resistance checks in certain scenarios. So the first time that you witness a certain kind of magic that you've never seen before, you have to do a mental resistance check. So I decided to be a little bit nice in that I made it happen in a practice fight where they came across a magic they'd never seen, because I feel like it would just feel bad if in the middle of an important fight it's like, oh sorry, you panicked and now you can't help your friends. So I was like, you know what, I'll be a little bit nice. During the practice fight I made it happen. However, that person was routed and he couldn't do anything the entire practice fight, and then in the following fight, which was for real, he again got routed and he couldn't do anything again. So I did feel bad for him, because the monster had an ability that could make somebody rout and like do something. So I did feel bad for that guy. But no, that guy's gonna die no matter what, right? I think so. But excluding that, I think it went well. But it's one of those things where, well, so statistically, you have anywhere between, like, it depends on the monster. You might have like a 10% chance of routing, or it could be up to like 80%. And when you get routed, you'll do one of several things, where it's like you're running away, you're cowering, maybe you fly into a rage. One person flew into a rage, so it wasn't a big deal, because pretty much they were just like permanently dealing more damage but taking more. And but yeah, so it's like, you know, the odds are kind of high, where it's like maybe a third of the time on average or something you get routed. So, you know, statistically, like one person in a fight is probably going to get routed at the start. And that can be a pretty big issue. We're not going to do these. We're only looking for one thing, the Bloodthirsty Shot, but we don't have it yet. After playing 4 arrows, draw a maneuver? No. Well, maybe. If you flipped more than 7 cards, the next quiver is free. Increase your damage by 10% for each maneuver in hand. That's pretty uncommon. I mean, it happens. I guess we'll do the the unpleasant surprise. The pleasant surprise. Okay. We really need that Bloodthirsty Shot. But it definitely did take a while for everyone to create their characters. But they are all super interested in the campaign I've created so far. And I mean, I'm assuming it's because they haven't really been introduced to Tainted Grail before. So they're very intrigued by Tainted Grail at the moment. Because, you know, it's like brand new. It's like, whoa, what's going on here? Okay, that works. Okay, I can bring in that. Well, neither of them really matter. Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, I've been getting a lot of texts, and one of the guys apparently spent 4 hours today, because, you know, it's the day off. He spent 4 hours remaking his character. So he's definitely interested. Because he didn't like the abilities he had, so he wanted to switch them. Okay. Nothing really has much of a cost here. There's so much just card playing. I thought that got destroyed. But yeah, it's gone well. I guess I was tempted to, give you guys updates as to what happens in the game for those curious. I mean, I can just tell it, here. I doubt too many people will be interested, but, like beyond you and, I don't know who else. It might just be you. Well, I mean, Clockwork might be interested as well, but, yeah. I'm not taking any of these. We're still looking for that Bloodthirsty. After each flip, gain 10% damage for the next hit. That's nice. If you flip 3 or less cards, no. If you use 7 or more cards, that's going to happen. Deal a hit. Well, we'll do Alternating Fate. Totally going to ask you how it goes, if only for technical angle. Yeah. Well, right, that's what I was envisioning. Okay. Gonna do a flip. It's not gonna do too much though. Ooh, we did like nothing. Send that one. But yeah, so at the moment, right, they're all kind of somewhat recreating their character. I'm having them prepare for next time by, making their backstory and stuff. So they're currently kind of working on that. So we'll see what'll happen there. I may do the plot web as a video on the channel just for fun, and also I feel like it could be beneficial if I am going to be doing a bunch of Song of a Dying World videos, because I probably will do about 20 on the channel, more or less. So or 15 to 20. So if I end up doing 15 to 20, it might make sense to give guys suggestions or ideas with the plot web, because most people don't know the world as I do, so I know that my thoughts or like my considerations they might be able to bounce off of as well. That would probably be nice. But anyway. To bring in the Toxics, probably the wisest move. We'll play it. Okay. Still not dead, eh? You jerk. Okay. Let's see. Let's flip it, get some for free. That works. Alright, we're getting pretty high. To the big old flip. Oh, got a couple there free. Okay. Let's bring in the Call to Arms. Bring in what we can. It's a huge hit. Way too much. I should have played that. Okay. Might have actually killed him then. Okay. Will he die there? No. Okay, back to the drawing board. But yeah, I am good at, fine at with explaining what happened in the game. I just don't know how boring it would be. But yeah, it definitely did go well. Also, I decided to use a setting that the game is set in, as opposed to a more familiar one, because I wanted to get the idea of what it would be like. They're just going to increase our card draw. Nothing is worth duplicating, which is sad to say this late in the game. Okay, I think that works. Fantastic. We got Ing. I say that sarcastically. Okay, I guess I'll just leave it. Right, it is sort of like a review run as well. Because they wanted to play it as similarly as they had it set. And go from there. But, I mean, I did add a few origins, though, for sure. Which they really should take up my offer on those origins. I'm telling you. Ooh, this is a terrible start. I've never seen... I don't think it's possible to have a worse start, really. Huh. Can't really do anything. Except for that. And then we'll just, attack. Crazy. I guess I'll stun him. Okay. Yeah, we'll just see how it goes. I mean, I don't think that it's... Again, I don't think it's a bad system. It's just a little bit of a different system for sure. Which I did decide to start off, because I forget what it's called. The Sanguine Salt, I think is what it's called, is like the scenario that you get in the main game. So, and it's supposed to be just a small portion of the game, but I'm playing through that essentially. That's essentially what I played through at the very beginning for us in session 0. Okay, so I need to get to 200. Wait, what's cost me 0? Oh, never mind. I did it the wrong way. But yeah, so I'm essentially doing that scenario and seeing how it's going. And so far it's going okay. It's definitely something where it's like, I don't think that the game was expecting the players to know how to combat the weirdness at the beginning, because getting an ability to push back the weirdness is actually pretty easy, and they almost, well, they don't all start with something, but a lot of them do start with something to get rid of the weirdness. So it's kind of funny because it's like the whole story of the Sanguine Salt is essentially like, you know, your guys can't handle the weirdness, so you have to depend on this other person. But it's like, no, you don't. They don't have to at all. Like, at all. Because as long as somebody has magic, it doesn't matter. And they realize that real quick, and it's like, yeah, why is this even a thing? But I did think that was kind of funny. Still don't have it. Such a sad day on Avalon. Okay. If you kill an enemy using a maneuver, no. Each hit done by a maneuver, no. Each arrow card drawn from a quiver increases your damage by 20% this turn. Yes. Okay. Well, this is a little rough that we only have the 2 maneuvers, but we can make it work. Okay. All these cards. Okay. I believe that they gain a bonus when one of them is destroyed, not both, so. Okay. I will say the funnest part about it is that all of them have like a... Well, this isn't part of the game, but this is just what I did. All of them essentially were given a small bit of lore that I took them off to the side and told them. That was part of their backstory, where it's like, oh, the group that you're part of has a deeply, you know, deeply kept secret, and now you are one of the bearers of said secret. And I think that they really like that aspect, and because of how the world is, it definitely made everyone, you know, kind of look around and be like, you know, what were you told? What is happening in this world right now? And I did like that aspect. I mean, it was kind of an accident that it happened in that way, but I did like that that happened. Okay, I did this slightly off, but I'm able to destroy these. I have 1,000 barrier. Do your worst. Okay. 1,161 barrier. I think that we're good for the round, at least. Oh, what's happening here? Gain 5 armor? Okay. Yeah. I mean, the thing that I will say is the things that I did definitely... Well, the funnest part about it that we had with the game was more so the stuff that I implemented that the game doesn't tell you to implement. Like, I had it that each color... I mean, this is just what I did just to increase player interaction, was that I made it that each color had to ask all the other colors a different question. And they were all kind of tailored for the different colors. And, you know, they had a ton of fun with this. Because one of them was like, you know, what's a nickname that you give me? And, you know, I mean, one of them just could not stop laughing because it was so funny to them. So it's like, you know, that kind of stuff was a lot of fun. But I think that that is important in a game in general. But I think in this game in particular, the characters kind of have to have a relationship already at the beginning. And I definitely tried to ensure that, and they had a lot of fun with it. Okay. I don't think any arrows can be drawn. Oh, there's one left. Never mind. Okay. Dead. 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 Not dead. Still not. I should have played these actually. Okay. Let's just flip him. We gotta be able to kill him. I probably don't have to care too much about it. Let's just stun him. Alright, so we're removing something. Probably the arrow bag. Yeah, arrow bag. You're gone. Man, do we need another arrow. We're running out of time to find the bloodthirsty arrows, too. Because by the time we reach the 4 dwellers, it's impossible. And, well, actually, no, I think it lasts like 5 more rounds, but at that point, if I don't have it going, I think it's just over. I mean, even now, I had said at the end of last stream that if I don't get a bloodthirsty arrow by the end of the next boss, I'd restart, but I'm gonna go to the next boss. Because it feels bad to just restart, because I don't have the best card in the game, but I think it's kind of necessary. But anyway. Okay. Okay, this is not the best, but I do have a ton of block. Let's see here. We should probably get rid of Blood Drunk. He's old. Well, they're all annoying, aren't they? He removes my armor, doesn't he? That just increases his damage. Okay. There. You think you fell asleep at the end of last stream? Oh, well. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I think that last time when I played this was when I had mentioned it, but I think that actually last time Potato was here for a while. I think that was the time that she was talking a ton about the K-drama that she was watching, which she watched again. So we'll see if she drops in and tells us about the escapades. Alright. By the way, I have a bad sore, and that might be why my voice is a little bit off at times. But anyway, Upshot, I mean, I don't want to take it. It's real. I mean, it's good, but it's really not going to be worth it. Yeah, we have to just go for broke. K-dramas just have a different kind of spice from Western TV shows. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, man, I almost gave you my last name. My mom gives the Soars a nickname. It's my last name Curse, because all the people in my family get sores like on like the tongue every once in a while. Like probably every like 3 months they'll get like a sore, and that's apparently it's genetic for my family. First hero played, they all cost 0, dude. Okay, we'll do Reluctant Hero. So we'll essentially get a free hit every round at the end. Yeah, I'm also allergic to xylitol, which I learned because, you know how there's always that health craze of like, things not having sugar. I remember I had it and I had like the worst sore after trying it. I learned that the hard way. Okay. Tainted genetic lottery of no allergies. Oh, Cortez says hi. Say hi back. I hope he's doing good. Yeah. Also, by the way, has he stopped playing? He went to bed earlier because he went without an F. Okay. Well, next time you see him, ask him if he stopped playing Kenshi out of curiosity, or if he's still playing it. I want to return to Kenshi. I've been thinking about it. But I always have something else I'm playing, No lifing? Okay. I completely understand that. Completely. Also, by the way, my friend that was originally from Germany, right? She's living in Brazil. She is now moving back to Germany. So that was interesting news. But I went to rest at 10. I woke up at 3:30. He was up the game till 3. Yeah. Yes, repatriation. And also, she is bringing her daughter and husband, so +2 to the Germans. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard, I mean, honestly, she hates Germany, like with a burning passion of a German. With the burning passion of a German, she hates Germany. She really does. But, you know, it is what it is. She's going because of her husband's job. He's going to Germany for a job. I didn't really need to do all this. We'll just kill him, I think. Well, we'll discard first. This is called overkill. Yeah, she does not like Germany. Man. But well, I think that she's also had bad experiences with it, but like, yeah, she doesn't like the politics of it. She thinks it's all crazy, and yeah, she just really hates the Germany's current situation. And like when she was living there, she left what would it be? Like 2019, 2020. I think it was right before COVID was when she left Germany, and she hasn't really been back. So, but back then, prior to COVID, she really hated it. Um, so I mean, I don't know how much has really changed because pretty much all my knowledge of Germany was pre-COVID. But yeah. Yeah, after Merkel left, it all went downhill. She was there with Merkel, so she hated it with Merkel. So I'm sure she's gonna really hate it now. Oh man, yeah. Okay, increase your danger by 10% for each maneuver. We'll just do that. But yeah, I remember she used to tell me all the time about like the intricacies of European politics because she was really into it. I think we can do one more, if memory serves, and then, okay, not worth it. Not the best start, but doesn't really matter. It was stable under her, like it or not. The last 8-ish years since her retirement, it's been one thing after another. Okay. Well, yeah, so I guess she left right as Merkel was retiring then. Yeah. Well, I also think that my friend was not exactly into conspiracies, but you know, was into conspiracies, kind of. So she definitely did believe a lot of things about like the state of politics. And I don't know how much of it is true, or if some of it is just a conspiracy. But, you know, like different stuff. But she has since, ever since she had a family, she doesn't care about politics anymore as much as she used to. Because now she has a different priority. Okay, increase card draw again. Okay, we need something else in the defensive. I guess Ing it is. But I think that I mean, I don't know how true this is, but I remember her talking about how, like, there were multiple instances of, you know, like, the powers that be jailing people that were their political rivals. That happened several times. And maybe it's true, but that was definitely something that she talked about all the time. And, you know, I don't know how often it actually happened, but it did happen at least some. Okay. But I think that, well, man, I really shouldn't say too much because it would get super political. But I think that I don't exactly want to say radical, but I think that the thing that really, like, upset her was something that happened at her school, like when she was at university. And it was incredibly political, and it was, like, insane. And she couldn't live that down for the rest of her life. It was just so bizarre, right? And, yeah, I think that that's what kind of caused it. Because then ever since then, it was just, she was upset at, well, you know, it was just all about politics. Now we can do one more. Because idea is free. Man, all these card draws. Okay. But it was essentially something where it was like the media lied about something that happened in her city and she saw it firsthand. So that's why she was just like, really like, well, the media's lying to us and, you know. Just very upsetty. Upsetty spaghetti, one could say. Which, obviously, to a point I can understand. Alright, we're going to leave it at 1 as always. Yeah, that's also, though, why you try to consume more than one media source often helps discerning things. Yeah. Yeah, true. That is important. Yeah, but what it essentially happened was that she was like, well, I'll just say she was very far on one side on the political aisle, and then after the event happened at her school and the media lied about what happened, she went the complete opposite direction. Like 100% opposite direction. And that's essentially what happened to her. Because it was just not something that she, you know, it was just so absurd. After every flip, gain some damage this turn. That's really good. Each hit done by using maneuver. No, okay. Insane momentum. We'll take it. All right, we need to have a bloodthirsty shot. It's getting... This isn't... If this is the Ford Dwellers, I'm going to leave because I can't kill him. Okay. So, we cannot defeat the Ford Dwellers, but we can defeat these guys. These guys actually won't be terrible, but... Yeah. The Ford Dwellers are still impossible for us. Okay. Alright. So he's stunned. Let's stun him. Get rid of the little guys. So hopefully 2 shots will get rid of him too. Then we'll go for him. He's more killable. It's pretty big. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not one to look at the news anymore. I think I mentioned it before, but like I remember I was talking to my brother about subsidies once, and he got so offended that I had a different view than him. That he was, you know, saying that, oh, you want children to die and stuff like that. And ever since then, I decided politics isn't important because these people are insane. There's such this absurd obsession that is created, and this very strong us-them mentality that politics inherently demands. And that is not good. So I feel like it is much wiser to not become an us or them. And that's what I am. Alright. So just one of the golems left. Let's stun this bad boy. Okay. Perfect. I have a lot left. Man. I thought that it was the 4th. Okay. So very crazy. Okay. Alright. Finally I can attack. Okay, awesome. Losing armor is totally copacetic with me. Alright, well this is going very well. As always, it's all too easy. And then we get to the 4 dwellers, and then I'm going to... Well, yeah, we really need to have a bloodthirsty shot. There's no other option. Okay. 2 and a 3. And then we just have this guy left. That's a lot of damage. Interesting. Interesting choice. Dude, that didn't make any sense. I should have drawn another maneuver and it didn't happen. That's really weird. Okay. Yeah, actually I haven't talked to her in a long time. Well, ever since, you know, once somebody gets married, they're a lot busier. Oops. Oh, okay. Man, we're not dealing enough damage. Okay. This'll be it. Okay. Okay. This has got to be enough. Maybe. Possibly. Maybe not. Okay. We'll get him next time, I swear. Okay. We are definitely on the final stretch. Oh dear. Isn't this tough? Man, is this tough. I feel like I should remove a shot. Well, I think I'm completely banking on Bloodthirsty. So if, assuming I get Bloodthirsty, the thing I need is to remove a shot. Because we're going to have to retire if we don't find it anyway. You might doze again? No worries. Yeah. I get it. How many hours have you played of the new game? Okay. Finally good to attack. Too many. Oh man. It's okay. Man. Yeah, I can't remember that. I mean, the last time I was excited for a game was probably Tainted Grail. You're the one building the base and taking care of automation? Oh man, that's a full-time job. That really is a full-time job. You like RimWorld and Terraria, and this is a merge of both, so, okay. Well, as long as you're enjoying the job, then it's not really a job. If you kill an enemy using maneuver, no. End a turn with unused energy. That doesn't happen. Increase your health by 40. It doesn't hurt. Man, do we need that arrow? We need it so bad. And we can only duplicate one more time, so like we need it, so. Oh, we got 2 left, okay. With a flip or a flop. Okay. So we have to kill him because he ignores barrier. Most important person to kill. We're not afraid of death, so we'll kill her. Even though it's stupid. Well. You gotta play it, but 10 barrier isn't a big deal. Okay. I feel like this is a very good method. But at the same time, again, it's completely pointless without big hits. Because eventually I'm going to have to deal 10,000 damage. 1,000 damage I can handle. But 10,000 damage I cannot. Okay. Another no. Increase your armor by 10. I guess that's fine. Preach 11th maneuver card played in combat. Flipment, no. Preach it done by a new maneuver, no. Ringleader's resolved, it is. Man. Ah, yes, the fun one. This is my favorite. Always will be. Okay. If I can't kill him in one round, I will be embarrassed. Okay. Actually, I'm not entirely sure if I can. I should be able to, right? I think so. Actually, maybe I can't. I only have 4 attacks in my entire deck. Ooh. It's gonna take me 2. Maybe I can't kill him. Yeah, I don't think I can. Ah, that's sad. Uber sad. Oh wait, no I can, I can. It really just takes 2? That guy's so weak. Okay, I thought that it took 4. Or 3 or 4, but I must have had increased damage. Okay, well... There's nothing to duplicate still, right? Even at the end. I don't think we duplicated once. Well, no, I duplicated the call to arms. I could duplicate the call to arms again. Or the advanced feint. Huh. Let's duplicate. I don't know what. So if I have the bloodthirsty shot right now, I would want to have what? Probably a call to arms to ensure I get it. Yeah, that's what I would do. Where's my call to arms? Alright, this is the last fight. If we don't get a bloodthirsty, we're out. Oh, man. 45 fights. What a sad day. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to go for him first. Whoops. I'll kill you later. It is funny to do the same thing over and over. Okay. Whoops. Dead. Also dead. Doesn't really matter. Okay. When's the next time you're going to be playing, Masha? Like, do you guys have, like, set times that you're playing? So time is Saturday, but otherwise the server is always up. Okay. All right. Next fight is a Four Dweller, and we don't have it. We're gone. Save and quit. Man, that hurts. We got to abandon. No bloodthirsty, no chance. All right, let's try this again. Endless power. It is the apostate, right? Let me double check on the leaderboard. That was the one that we were very close. So let me double check this. No. It was the zealot. Oh, was that who I was playing with? I don't think it was. Oh. Okay. Yeah, let's switch it over to the zealot. The zealot. Or was I the zealot? Man, I always get them mixed up. 2 are American, 2 are European / South African time zone overlaps, and 1 is Australian. Okay. Well, then someone can manage it at all times. That's yeah, funny. Oh, okay. Oh, so the one that's manageable is the one with the elemental arrow. Hmm. I forgot about that. I have to get used to this guy's playstyle as well. Well, we set it so that it freezes if nobody's on. Okay, that makes sense. Ooh, advanced feint. That's really nice to have. Very defensive. Very good. Okay. By the way, this is the one guy that hitting top 5 is incredibly reasonable. So we'll see if it happens. Okay, every 3 arrows gives you ultimate. That's useful. Okay. I'll try to kill these guys fast. By the way, I haven't even seen anything for the game. All that I know about it is what I've heard from you. Okay. Okay. I can get some arrow bags. Could do a bow draw. Could I kill him? Maybe. Yeah, let's take the risk. Yeah. Totally calculated. Okay. Preparation time is nice. Very nice. I think I'm gonna take that. I think it's actually useful for this one because it's a little bit hard to make sure we get the charges at times. Let's take it. Okay, these are both so nice. Killing an enemy grants you +3 ultimate, or killing an enemy gains 5 ultimate. So well-earned reward is always. Veracity is only for enemies that don't respawn, but we'll take veracity. Because veracity at the beginning is better than at the end. So is the setting similar to RimWorld where you're like, isn't it that you're like on an island on RimWorld? If memory serves. Okay. On RimWorld, you are on a planet at the edge. Okay. So how, yeah, what is the game like? And is it Necess? I don't even know how to pronounce it. Hidden treasure. This one is lame-o, so we're not going to be taking it. Retreat tactics I used to take, but the trap is just so useless. Precursor shot is actually good because it's better than a regular shot. Oh, this is the one where timing is everything. This is the one where timing is everything. So precursor shot is actually not that good. And is it necessary? Okay. Necess. Okay. As you're killing an enemy, gain 100% more damage for the next hit. All elemental arrows deal additional damage and also gain piercing. This is utterly necessary for this character because he really struggles with dealing against armor. There's more of a continuous world with several types of biomes where little points of interest are scattered about. Then you have a layer under it, the caves, and another, the deep caves. Ambiguous setting as magic and also guns. Ooh. Nice. So is it like a, what is it called? Like a DayZ type? Let's do the Unbreakable. Gives us more damage anyway. Stun an enemy? I mean, I could. But I won't. Okay. We'll just discard at the end of the round. Okay, this is going rather well. Let's bring this in. Nice. I thought they would have died. Now die. In a way, at night zombies spawn in the dark. There are occasional raids on your base, so you need to build defenses. Okay. Well, yeah, it does sound like a game similar to that, at least. I don't think I know enough. But yeah. Every third maneuver used gives you 5 barrier. That's the worst thing in the world. At the start of every turn, increase your damage by 5%. That's it. Any turn without dealing any hits grants you some barrier. I don't believe that happens. I do remember I was forced into using that strategy once, and it actually worked well. But let's do delay. By the way, Masha, would a plot web be something you'd be interested to watch in terms of content on the channel, out of curiosity? Because I have considered showing you guys my plot web. I should have done it the other way. What a fool. Can I kill him? No. I don't want to burn that either. I'm doing it anyway. Die, please. Nice. Okay. Okay, Pebble throw scavenging, calling all our no's. I do remember taking Pebble once, and it wasn't that bad. Because it did remove some armor, which is crazy that even the 10 was valuable. It must have been really bad if even 10 was important to me. Interesting. What a weird world. You'd find it interesting? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I would probably do that. And I would probably talk about my thought process. All of them are going to send... well, I told them it doesn't have to be that long, but I did want to have ideas of their personality because that is a thing in the game that you have to decide on qualities and flaws. So I'm going to have it on the side. I'm going to try to implement that into whatever story I've intended. But yeah. All right, steady aim at the end. After ending a turn without dealing any hits, your first hit in the next turn will reduce enemy armor, and every discarded arrow or spirit arrow increases the damage of your next hit. We'll do that one. All right, what is our armor at? Is it 20 now? Yeah, so I needed to get 5 more. So do you do plot webs, Masha? Like when you do your campaigns? Or do you, or is that something that is too much of like a grand campaign type of a thing? Yeah, we can do one huge hit. Just hit the big guy. Bow draw should be enough. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna, well, probably do a plot web, but yeah. Yeah. Right, a lot of it, when I used to do, I did it in my head, but this time I figured I would do a plot web, which I have done one, like, post-mortem, whatever you'd call it, post-mortem. But, you know, in the middle of the campaign, I started to make the plot web, but I figured it'd probably be wise to do it ahead of time, just because it might cut down on some prep work, but I don't know. Okay, what should be duplicated? I said yes, but Advanced Feint is really good. That's probably the thing to duplicate. Preparation time is very valid as well. Oh, I didn't select it, but I could just increase card draw. We should do it at least once. Let's do it now. Okay. Cracked Ethel, very nice to see. Stun a random enemy, that's alright. Gonna increase our damage by 10%. Yeah, first turn, draw an extra card, that's cool. Alright. Alright. Let's see. Should have done it the other way, doesn't really matter. Okay. So I need a big hit to kill. Oh, never mind. I thought they need more damage than that. I was wrong. Okay. Butchery was always one I kind of liked. Because it is cheap, because it costs you 0 to multi-shot. But again, it's too random. You can't risk it in a game like this unless you're able to mark. Alright, well, we have 2 good ones. Actually, 3 good ones. Each discard arrow and spirit arrow reduces armor of all enemies. Gotta do well earned reward, though. 3 ultimate charges per kill is just way too helpful. Whoops. Should I have done armor? I should have done armor. Oh well. Armor for next time. Alright, hello all friends. Nice to meet you. Was it switched to? Okay. We have nothing defensive, which is a pain in the rear. So just having to take the 12 damage, which I guess is okay. I am tempted to do charge. I think I will. The damage output doesn't really matter. What I really want is the preparation time. Does he take it? He does, but he still loses the armor. Okay. Well, that was more so out of curiosity. Okay, advanced feint for sure. Ooh. That's not good. Alright, we need to get a stun. Well, I had to burn a lot of stuff to get that to happen. Ugh, that was not good at all. Okay, well. Okay. Oh my gosh. This might just be over already. Yeah, I can't damage him, it goes to him. Not able to stun him either. Can't avoid the damage, I just gotta take it. I could do a stepping stone, but that just feels stupid. But the damage I'm dealing, now 50. It's not going to be good enough. Okay. We'll see how it goes. Hey, Corey. How you doing, man? Haven't seen you. I'm currently, well, I'm playing the Tainted Grail Conquest game. So, I have a feeling that this is a failed run. AKA, it's a failed run. Okay. Gotta stun one. I have to go for him. It's the most help I can grab. Well, the only way that this is possible... Oh good, you got stunned. Is if this is going to be able to get him out of here. Maybe. 1, 2... Okay. Barely made it. So we're still alive. Stun him again. He's dealing too much damage. Big hit. He's out of here. Okay. Let's think about this. We want the feints to be on this side. Let's do a bow draw. Is already maxed out, which is lovely to see. Let's try to bring this in. Okay. He's very killable. Alright, let's just pop him. No, just you and me. He's not gonna kill me. Alright. Air shot. Ooh, this will kill him. Whew. Oh man, I thought that was over. Okay. Not even close. Alright, so so now we want to discard a card. Yeah, let's get rid of the charge. It actually helped us, which is crazy. I don't like it typically, but it did help in that last fight. But that's getting out of here. And then from here, I think I typically take the Thunder Shot. Yeah, we're not doing the barrier. That's super lame. 225% damage, reduce target's armor by 25 and damage by 10. No, this is what I do is Herald of Nature. We're going to do that. The Thunder Shot is just very deadly, but the lowering armor is just so important. I can't pass it up. Man. Hey kid, hope you're doing good. Nice to see you too, man. We're on the road to top 5, which we're totally gonna do. Honestly, top 2 isn't completely out of the question, but We started off weak. I'll just say that. Yes, we started off the opposite of strong. I thought he would have died. Oh well. Yes, top one soon. Well, this is actually... I decided to just do the one that's easiest in terms of, like, numbers. Ooh, Acid Flood. That's really useful here. So we'll see how this goes. So far, we're doing okay, but... okay, this is really good. Each point of unused barrier increases damage of the next hit by 2%. Very nice. Every other hit... We finally got the first one of these, Shoot to Forget. Every other hit deals 25% more damage, and each discarded arrow and spirit arrow reduces armor by 10. Very tough, but... Let's... Ooh, that actually is really tough. Because Caltrops now is really useful with Acid Flood. It's going to double the armor loss whenever I play it. That's really good. I want both of these. We already got Caltrops once. We're going to take it. Want to make an RPG to play? Like you want to make one? What kind of an RPG? I feel like there's variety. Well, you know, I feel like I have people who have a variety of views. I don't know, some kind of top-down isometric action RPG thing. Okay, cool. Do you know what kind of a universe it'll be like in terms of technology? Like steampunk-ish? Is it gonna be fantasy? It's gonna be unique. Okay. Well, you can do the artwork for it. Not quite a superhero setting. Okay. You really could do the artwork for it. Ultimate weaponry is better, but is good, but I prefer toxic shots like the original. I guess I'll take it. Let's see here. Gain 10 bear after discarding cards. Sure. Yep. I need to make some DOSH so I can get a pen display. DOSH. I don't know what that even is. I wish I knew more. Oh. Okay. I was confused. Pretty good. He's hitting me, but he's not actually hurting me. Okay. All right, that went well. We're gonna increase card draw one more time. Ethel? Thought I already had an Ethel. I do. Okay. Gworth is also useful. We have Calc, Tier. Okay, we'll put that in. And also put it in Calc. No. Gworth. There we go. So have you done some of that stuff before? I remember when I was in school, like there was some like super sciencey groups of people that their project was to make a video game, like a computer game. And they always said it's not actually that hard to do, but I have no idea how to do that kind of stuff. Oops, keep on missing. Okay. Still not going the best. Every 12th maneuver stuns. Each discarded arrow grants you some damage. Every 6 maneuver played in one combat reduces the energy cost of the next maneuver. No. And I usually do take it eventually, but no. All these are mildly helpful. You know what? Stunning Brilliance isn't that bad, because I don't need to get that high to get to top 5. I think I need to get to like 60. At that point, people are still stunnable. Let's do that. All right. Okay. Man, very close. I need to use this. Okay, a little bit of an accident, but that's fine. Very close. Huh. We're already at the worst one. I feel like we still have a fair bit of burn level left. Strange. Alright, let's shoot this one down. Huge hit on that kid. You have to create the barrier, sadly. So what do we have to do? I think he has to be smoked, and then I think I have to kill him. Or I have to just... Okay, it's just stun the golem. We can't do it. Okay. Is that Cultist Simulator game any good? I'm pretty sure you played it before. Yeah, I've played it. Yeah, I mean, it is good. It's very unique. Because it's a game where essentially it's a lot of like timing. So the way that it works is that you have a bunch of tiles, and am I dead? Oh, I am dead. Oh, let's play that then. But yeah, so the way that the game works is that you essentially have a bunch of tiles, and they all dictate things that you're like studying, and it seemed like something I could play while listening to lectures. Yeah, I would probably say so, because it's definitely very mindless. Best when you're distracted. That makes sense, baby. Yeah, but I think that would add up. Cultist Simulator would fit that, because you can do it very mindlessly. And it's also very addicting. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. Need another block. Ugh. Okay. I can look at my drawing and remember exactly what I heard when I drew it. Oh, really? Huh. Yeah, I know that there is something in psychology that they talk about that, where it's like, if you, well, like, the thing that they suggest is like if you chew gum, like a very specific kind of gum, sometimes while studying, and then if you chew it during an exam, the memories will be, like your memories will really be good at that time, because then you kind of remember what you were studying while you were chewing that gum. I do remember hearing about that, but yeah. It did actually help me. But yeah, I forget the name of it. Aroma something or other, yeah. Yes, the double stun. But yeah, it definitely is a thing. It's like a response. Yeah. Well, it must just work for some people a lot better than others. Because it did help me, but it wasn't something where it was like exceptional. But yeah. What's always kind of weird to me with this game is that all the music that gets played, like, it is funny how it's all in the RPG. As originally it was for Conquest. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. It is a little bit weird. It's not like a bad thing, but yeah, it's kind of funny. Let's do the returning shot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I suppose. I don't think we get Bloodthirsty Shot with this deck. Increase your armor by 10, not bad. After every fourth maneuver played in a turn, draw a random arrow, reducing energy cost to 0. Every discard card grants you an additional charge and extra damage. Well, that's the way to go. Can't pass that up if it comes across my way. I guess it's much different from all the Legend of Zelda games. Even if they redone with different instrumentation or style. I've never played Legend of Zelda. Ever. But man, was it a thing in school. 55 is enough for all of them. Kirby games do it too. Same music, different instrumentals. Okay, we'll play this. By the way, have you been doing good lately, kid? Quick dodge isn't a bad call. We already have one mastered feint, but quick dodge is probably a good call to have as well. Start of each turn with full ultimate, gain some damage. It's not bad. After playing maneuver, gain 10 armor. That's really good. We'll take that. But sometimes they do lower our armor. Okay. Don't guess you've been doing bad or anything? Okay. I just wanted to check. Okay. Huh. Yeah, let's kind of go all in. Our big hit. Oh, that definitely worked out. Duplicate. Well, no, probably not worth it. I mean, I guess I could duplicate the preparation time. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, that works. Man, nothing is really good in the armor slot. Yeah, well, I guess we could heal if we are low. Also, I realize I gotta... Oh, never mind. Probably should have done that. Okay. Alright. Well, so they gotta go down first. But this guy is a little bit rough. What can I do? Let's do a feint. Okay, unbreakable should be enough now. It's not enough. Oh, it was. Okay, good. Oof. That's not a big deal. Easy. Okay. I think that we need some better stuff is a thing. Alright, steady aim, quick aim, pressure points. Maybe we'll do pressure points. Oh no, quick aim, quick aim. Each point of unused barrier increases damage of the next hit by 2%. Very, very, very strong if you can get it to work out. Because sometimes, as you've seen in the past, you get like 500 armor. Well, so that's 1,000 damage. 1,000%. Okay. Well, we should probably play it with Acid Flood. Now, we can play both of these. I probably should, because I should stun one. Because I don't want... oh, I can't stun. Didn't get it. Oof. He's not going to go down. No. Not worth it, probably. Well, no, it is. That does increase armor for 2 turns, so hopefully that will help. We're lowering my armor significantly, though. That'd be nice if I can get rid of them all. Probably gonna have to bring that in. See what we get. Air shot? Okay. This will be kind of close. Yeah, not gonna happen. Ugh, he's killing me. Okay. Let's do the dodge. Man. Yeah, let's just hit this guy till we're out. I don't know why it's not working. I probably do need to get a new mouse at some point. But anyway. Alright, it's a big old hit. Let's do this. We can get ultimate weaponry then. Okay, slowly going down. Okay. Ooh, pretty big hit there. Get it ×2. Maybe I'll do it. Yeah. Over his armor. Okay, we have a pretty good round this round. Bring it in. You're gone. Alright. By the way, kid, have you heard of this Necess game? I know that Masha's been rather obsessed with it lately. Hmm. All right, let's get rid of an arrow bag. We need to get a kitchen sink. Had on your Steam wish list for a good while. Okay. Yeah. Have you played games like it? I don't think I've really played too many games like it. I was asking her if it's similar to DayZ, and she said kinda, but not really. Let's see here. So a giant hit. Harbinger of Abyss just sounds so cool, but we're not stunning. Alright, Dark Shot it is. That's the insta-kill. Also, we should be taking some of this stuff out, like that one and that one. They're out. What should we put in? I guess the Acid Bomb and Warding Lore should be good. There are one YouTubers I used to watch a lot, Neebs Gaming, but I haven't seen them since I started a YouTube channel pretty much because I just don't have time. But they used to play games similar to that kind of stuff. But I didn't watch it really. Should have done advanced faints first. Now, this is actually a legitimate question of if it's even worth attacking. This one, yes, but I'll have everything else get discarded. Because then I'm maxed out. I think Noita is more interesting. It's genuinely schizophrenic. What does that mean? Genuinely schizophrenic. Man. I don't think I've ever mentioned this before, but I dated somebody schizophrenic. Quite a ride. I'll just say that. Quite a ride. Noida is, on its surface, a side-scroller rogue sort of game themed on mages and such. But it doesn't end that way. But when you really get into the game, it's an alchemy simulator. Oh, that sounds fun. There was one game that I remember seeing a long time ago. The schizo part comes from just how cryptic everything is and how even to this day there's stuff in the game that nobody knows what it does. Oh, really? Even though the game's been decompiled by players and modders and such? Huh. That's crazy. So there are effects that they still don't understand how they work. I like how they get it to work. After killing an enemy, reduce the energy cost of maneuver. Every turn, increase the damage of the first hit. See vantage point. Just look up the cauldron in Nota sometime. Okay. Well, yeah, I might even look up some gameplay of it just out of curiosity. That sounds crazy. a game where the Wikipedia is... Who knows, dude? Figure it out. Alright. Bring this in. Ugh. Not enough. The way the wands work and the way you can slot stuff onto them. Huh. So it's not, like, consistent then? So it turns wands from simple weapons into complex logic gates and so on. You can make the wands do some crazy stuff. Yeah, well, yeah, I've never played Noid. I have not even... I mean, I've seen the game suggested before on Steam, but I've never played it or, like, seen gameplay of it. Deal extra damage per weird candle bar. This might actually be useful. It might be useless for a time, though. So at the moment, I don't want to have a high weird candle. But in the end game, it might be worth it. Alright, so, okay. At the start of each turn with full ultimate gain damage. Yeah, we'll just do that. It's already an interesting start. We're going to want to discard everything, I can already tell. Okay, we'll kill one. Dead. Hey, Potato. How you doing? How's the K-drama? I feel like I missed out. Oh, you were napping? Yeah, understandable. It probably was a long day. Cold and sleepy. Well, it's a good combo if you have a nice blanket. Do you have a nice blanket at hand? At the ready? Let's see. So I can duplicate something. I like these two. I like this. I don't want anything to be duplicated, oddly enough. Of course, yours has a tiger on it. Nice. I actually have a blanket with a tiger on it too, Potato. I don't think you've ever seen it. Like, it's not in my room, but I have it, like, my family has one, I should say. Let's replace that. Also, Potato, you might hear it in my voice, but I have a bad sore in my mouth. It is pain. Tomato's copying my life. No, you're copying my life. Clearly. Clearly. I'm just living my life, okay? I'm taller than you, therefore you're copying my life. That's obviously how it works, always. Okay, we gotta go defensive here. We can shoot once. .6 plus bros represent. Well, I'm 6 foot plus. Unlike some people in the chat. Alright, let's see. Probably shouldn't have brought that in. That's not a big deal. We'll do acid blood. That's the good side. I want to leave it like that. .6'6" is the perfect height range. Yes, I agree. Yeah. I completely agree. It being tall is pleasant. I'll never understand anyone who doesn't like being tall. I mean, I'm not crazy tall. I'm 6'3", so I'm taller. Well, I think it's technically the 95th percentile. But I live in the corn-fed region of America, right? Everybody's 6 foot plus. That's just how it is. It's just how it is, always. Okay. We'll cancel these. Prineville March isn't too bad. Reduce damage dealt by all enemies by 75%. But we're not going to. Both of these are bad, but we're going to be doing steady aim. Well, all these are bad. After ending a turn without dealing any hits, your first hit in the next turn will reduce some armor. Okay. We'll live with it. Yeah, you're 6'1" and all your friends are taller still. Yeah, one of them was 6'8". Yeah. Yep, I know what that is like. But I will say, being 6'3", I was taller than most, but it was something where it's like, I mean, I know that technically I'm in the 95th percentile or whatever, but from where I'm at, I felt more like the 70th percentile, you know. By the way, Tomato, can you play the Spooky Mystery Island game with the Frog Detective on Wednesday for Potato Choice? Yes, I can. I can absolutely do so, Potato. That hurts. Man. I can make it happen. You'll see. 36, it's not a big deal. Corrosive weaponry. Also do the preparation time. So many tall people? Yes. We're tall here in the Midwest, Potato. You guys are so tall. Well, actually, I don't think that Kid is actually from the Midwest. I think he's from the South. I think, if memory serves. But I also am infamous for having a terrible memory, so who knows? Alright, we can't take a shot. We need to be defensive here. You're from Appalachia? Okay. Yeah, my family is from kind of Appalachia. Like, I know, well, I'm the only one left in my family who knows how to make salt rising bread, and I know that was, like, originally an Appalachian recipe. So, yeah. So I have some family over there. Not too many. I've never been, though. I hear it's a pretty great place, though. Okay. Well, at the very least, we're shooting with the returning shot. These do hit hard, so it feels bad not to use them. Okay. As I just bring this in. Ooh, dark shot. Probably shouldn't have done that, but too late. Okay, 1 health. Love to see it. Don't think he's gonna die. That's okay. Whew. Man. I know, something that I always do think is funny, which I know a fair bit of people, like, from my town who, like, ended up joining the military or whatever, which I don't know if you have had similar experiences with that kid, but I remember something that's kind of a joke between, the guys that I know from here is how funny it is how it's like whenever you watch TV, like especially modern TV about, like, a war movie in Afghanistan or whatever, that kind of stuff. It's like they always kind of like show the people over there being extremely diverse, and not, and what's funny is, like, they're all very different than what the soldiers actually are in those actual squads. And they always think how funny it is because it's like, well, no one has our accent, that's not a thing. Like in my troop, it was like everybody was from, from the South, or like half the people from the South or Texas, or it was all like it was all the same places. It was all the mountain people were there. But yeah, which is kind of funny. But you don't see that on TV. But anyways. I think I'm gonna remove the ultimate weaponry. That actually was a bad call. So we're gonna remove it. Alright. We have 1 throwing knife. Oh, we must have earned it. Yeah, we just did. Can we eat this? We can. I guess. You don't understand the Cultist Simulator game? I could probably play it sometime on stream, actually. What time is it? I probably would be down to play it for like a half hour. I'll show you it. If you'd like me to. I think I have to change... Well, I think I have to change my OBS to share screen, but that's not a big deal. But anyways. Yeah, maybe I'll make this my last fight and I'll show you that. Because Potato for her birthday, we were watching a movie, but we had to cut it short. So we're going to finish it tonight. So I was planning on ending the stream a little bit earlier. So that'd probably fit. Okay. Let's do an advanced feint. Can't discard cards. That's a little bit annoying, but next hit deals 75% less damage. Ooh, go. Cool, 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 cool. I didn't even realize he was even there. Important thing to recognize. Okay. This isn't looking good. It's looking worse. It's actually looking really bad. I think that we actually died. Perfect timing. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, so we have to kill him and kill him. That's not going to happen. We didn't get a stun. Yeah. Well, actually, maybe we can. Oh, no. Ooh, very close. Maybe we can. That increases our damage output. Whew. That was insanely close. Way too close. Actually, should have gone for him. All right. I don't remember if Build a Simulator requires that I share my screen. I believe that the answer is yes. But yeah, I'll play that for like a half hour. I'll show you. But first, let's make a decision. Every 10th hit stuns. Not bad. Oh, Tranquility. We finally got that one. Gain damage for the next hit equal to 100% of your damage modifier. Man, is that important. The stacking bodies. Really important in this game. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to switch over. I'll just play it for a bit. I'll show you what it's like. And yeah, it might... Oh, wait. I think I'm going to do... There's like a take a break thing. Start break. So what happens? Choose how long you want to take a break. Change your settings. Remember to mute your mic. Okay, well, I'm not going to mute my mic. 3 minutes. That should be plenty of time to figure it out. Start. Break has started. Let's see this out live. Doesn't look like the break has started. I don't know. Oh well. Doesn't seem like it's working. Well, I'm still going to switch over. All right, so you guys are still able to hear me, but I don't know if Cultist Simulator shows up in a full screen game or not, so I'm still trying to figure that one out. I believe that it does. Let's see. Or we'll even purge. Is a black screen? Yeah. Should be up now. Whoops. Pressed the wrong button. Okay. I'm back. I don't think it's actually that loud. Yeah, there it is. All right, cool. I'll raise the sound a little bit because yeah, I don't hear it that much. Yeah. All right, now I can hear it a little bit better. Okay. So the way that it goes is pretty much is just that you are a cultist and you're trying to start a whole group. You're trying to enact something. Now, this is a very complicated game. I'll begin. You're right. So the aspirant, it has a story. So alone in the chilly streets, there's useless. Yeah. With my useless education and my dreams, what now? Could I become something more? So the way that it goes is that there are tiles that you can do things with. So we have work here. This is his job, the menial employment. So it's essentially back-breaking labor. What a fun game. Yes, another shift, mopping the darkened hallways. How lovely. Yes. Hollow-eyed invalids, trundling corpse-laden gurneys to the basement. Right, so he's going to have a job, and, yeah. I think I usually do it like this. Okay. Halfway through your shift, let's pause. The head porter beckons you aside. We won't require your services any longer, he says. Here's your last payment. We've paid you through the end of the month. I've lost my job. At least now I have a little time to rest and my health improves. Dream is unlocked. So in this game, slowly you're going to be unlocking a few different actions you can take. I believe that it ends up that it's about 6. And every minute, essentially, the equivalent of a day passes, or maybe it's the equivalent of a week. I'm not entirely sure, but a certain amount of time has passed, and at that time, you have to pay rent. But also, during that time, you're able to sleep, you're able to work, you're able to do other things with your work. There's my funds, and I have 1 health. So in the day, every day is going to take away 1 fund from me. Alright, let's do it like this, I guess. Like that. That's better. Alright, so the only way to work at the moment is using my health. Now, this is actually very dangerous, but I'm going to do it anyway, because it's the only way to survive as an aspirant. In the game, by the way, you will also have different starting points. So sometimes you can be like a doctor. Sometimes you can be like a doctor. Sometimes you can be, I think that librarian is one. There's also a police captain, or a police detective, I should say. You can be a lawyer. There's different starts like that, but the aspirant is the worst one because this is supposed to get you into the game. You're not actually supposed to win on your first try. Let's fast forward, as this is going to take a while. And also, I'm recalling my dreams, a light in the wood. And now this unlocks the ability to think. I need funds to live, but perhaps this recent upset in my circumstances is a secret blessing. Is there something to my dreams? There's a change in the air. Alright. And I gain contentment in my dreams and passion. So in the game, there are essentially, well, there are 2 ways to lose, or 3 ways to lose, I suppose, or 4 even. You can get killed. On top of that, you can have so much dread that you end up losing the game. So that's the other way that you lose. And then also, if you dive too much into the occult, an investigator can find you, and if they collect enough evidence, you end up losing the game. So contentment essentially gets rid of dread. It doesn't really matter. It's just sitting here. I think it's just in case dread just happens to pop up this early in the game, you can get rid of it immediately. The other thing here is passion. So the 3 main stats in the game are health, passion, and erudition. Passion passion can be used with work, but I believe that passion, if you do work, makes you do like painting or some kind of a job that is in the arts. So it doesn't pay very well, but it does give you like inspiration and that kind of stuff. But yeah, also it can give you notoriety. You can also dream with passion. I believe you can get contentment with it, but you can also get bad stuff. But yeah, the game does take a while. There are mods to make the fast forward at ×4, which is pretty valid. So skilled labor is done. I got some vitality for that, and I also got $1. So as you can imagine, it's going to take quite a while. Where should I put my money? You know what? Let's put my money over here. Vitality. The way that Vitality works is that, well, you'll see if you play it enough. But the way that Vitality works is that if you combine 2 Vitality and Thinking, Vitality, eventually you can get another health. So that'll help you out. Sometimes when you're working, you'll get an injury, and the only way to heal it is through Vitality. That's only if you're doing manual labor, though. I can do Passion. Yeah, I could paint the sights I half remember from my dreams. Yeah, I might sell something I probably won't. In order to paint, you need essentially a lot of passion in order to paint well. And if you throw in enough, you'll make more money. There is like a percentage chance, I think, of how much money you make. But yeah, we're not going to do that. I don't want to exhaust my passion. It's more than likely I'm going to need it for something else. Passion can also be used to dream. Maybe I'll just do that. Sure. I know the stream. A road crests a hilltop, and the air is silver bright. Yes. So in order to proceed, if I engage in an occult practice before I sleep, I might find the way to deeper dreams. So the game does tell me what I need. I need the wood in order to continue here, but I believe that yes, if I put in some lore, a certain kind of lore, I can also pass through in this dream. I don't have any lore at the moment. Yeah. So then the big square tiles are the actions you can take. Yep. And the small are more like the effects used by those tiles. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. So the small cards are what you put into the tiles, and it'll affect, yeah, what happens during the day. Which, man, I need more health pretty desperately. Or erudition. Okay, so this is probably going to be the start of the bulk of the game because I just got 11 of something. The old man has bequeathed me a sum of money and a pack of peculiar papers. Poetry, riddles, metaphysical speculations. For the first time in months, here is some fuel for my reason. Study is unlocked. So, now I have reason. Reason is the best... essentially the best way to make money in this game if you don't have a job as a doctor. This is essentially the best way to go about it. But the problem is, the only way to study this is through reason. So it's like, well, I could, you know what? No, we'll just do it. So we're going to unlock the Book of Treasures. I'll examine each item with meticulous care. And then once this is done, we're going to do some unskilled labor. So things do happen. I don't really check it typically because many times it's just like flavor text. Rumpled fields, the wink of a river, a tingling chill. Tonight I will dream of... I'll find out. Alright. Describe my dreams exactly. They use names that are instantly familiar. The house, the wood, the hours, the glory. They knew secrets beneath time, the skin of the world. A new curiosity burns. Okay. What is this? Directions to Moorland. That'll be important. And there we have some light. So this is the Watchman's secret, which I'll show in a moment. Notes on a possible collaborator. Okay. Probably leads me to somebody. And what's this? That's of temptation, enlightenment. So the way that it goes is that now that we essentially have talked to this old man, the old man has told us about the occult and we're kind of intrigued by it. At this point, now we're interested in trying to figure out what's exactly going on here. So eventually you'll be able to start your own cult, and this is the beginning of it, is this temptation enlightenment. So in the game, there are like 7 or 8 different victories that you can get with the cult, where essentially you enact its will. I don't know them all, but the main one is the light one. This is the one that most people have played through. You can think on this, but the only point of it is in order to upgrade it, but you need 2 of them to do so. So I can't exactly do that. But yeah, so because this is what you start out with, you usually start with light. Each one is slightly different. Essentially, it just requires different things. Sometimes it's like it requires people to be sacrificed. Sometimes you need to murder people. Sometimes it's a lot of money. Sometimes you have to forge certain objects or like create these occult things. We're gonna find Moreland. Moreland's shop is the main way to get lore at the beginning of the game, so we're gonna do that. Now I do have another vitality, but let's do that. Or no, let's do it like that. And that. If Moreland is easy to find, I might use the vitality. Alright, so now we have Moreland's shop. So Moreland's shop, if I go here, I can actually pay money to be able to find, in order to find some books. Also, I'm going to put this off to the side. This is just always going to be going off every 60 seconds. That's our rent. And over here, we can now explore. And we have an occult scrap. So with explore, this essentially dictates us moving somewhere, study, dream, and work. So occult is a little bit unique of all the different suits of the occult. So if I place it in here, which I will, I'm going to find some location out in the world. So we're going to place that in there. It's going to be a level 1 location, basically. And typically these locations are going to be pretty easy for me to handle if I've started my cult already, but I haven't quite yet. I think I am going to do this vitality thing. I need more vitality. It's really, you can get yourself killed if you just have 1 health. It's really dangerous. Alright, good. Like, I was really living on the edge by sending in my health. I think I'm going to do my reason. Now's probably a good time to do so. Yes. Alright, so now I have a job. So, typically the way that it goes is that 1 health, if you throw it into the work, after 60 seconds you get a wealth, and I believe there's a 50% chance that you get damaged instead. And if you end up, well, yeah, and your damage can eventually kill you if you don't handle it properly. Alternatively, this one is a lot easier, but you have to go in every 90 seconds or else you'll lose your job. Well, should have waited a moment, but yeah, so he's going to require me to have some reason. I already had it. Never mind. If I don't have reason, I'm going to get in trouble. So I have to always feed him 1 reason. But yeah. You don't like being timed? Yeah. Yeah, this one definitely has tons of timers. But it is something that eventually you absolutely do get used to. Or at least I do. So because I put 2 vitality in, I got 1 health back. And health is essentially your life force, right? So you want to have as much as possible. This skill of a stronger physique, occasionally you can use it on other stuff. I can dream with it apparently. But typically this is used to upgrade your health, but you can also use it in work. If I did want to do manual labor, this is actually very helpful. And yeah, and by the way, this is the bleak thoughts, the dread, but I don't have any dread, so we're good. And we did find St. Agnes's Hospital. So this is a place I can explore with my cult members, and if I do so, I can get new stuff. But first, we're going to go out in the world with, and we're going to get a book. We're going to ask for a book from her. And yeah. Which, yeah, I guess I should just do this now. We're going to dream, meditate on the goal of unearthly knowledge. I think I'm going to do so. I think that this is how you start your cult. Yes. Reflection, dedicate myself. Okay. Right, so we're going to go light. I believe eventually I have to do passion, but yeah. I mean, I just realized I'm going to lose my job. I completely forgot you have to have 2 reason in order to do this job. Yeah. Because they have to be there in 54 seconds, but this recharges in 55. They do that on purpose so that you can't keep the job. I completely forgot that was a thing. Alright. I've grown stronger. There. Hey, Potato. We're playing Cultist Simulator. Yeah. Kid was considering getting it, so I thought I'd show him what the game is like. What do I want to do? I can translate Latin. Let's do that. Let's improve my Latin. Yeah, let's get another book. I'm curious. You don't think this is for you? Yeah, well, yeah, the timing is definitely different. I will say there is a... Cultist Simulator did have a sequel. I don't think that the timing is like as it is in this game. That one is very much so exploratory, but it uses a very similar system. So the way that the other one goes, I'd have to look up the name of it, but maybe you can find it, or well, I'm sure that I could find it as well. But essentially, the way that it goes is that you explore this one Lovecraftian city, and yeah, you essentially are building up this mansion, and there's a whole story involved. But the timing isn't as big of a deal. It's not like this. What is it like? If you, I can't think of too many games that it's like, but if you've ever seen This War of Mine, you know, it's like, imagine a more zoomed out This War of Mine, where you're building up a mansion while also exploring a city. That's essentially what you're doing. I have seen that. I've never played it. It did look fun, but it was something where it's like, the mechanics are very similar, but the timing aspect isn't as big. But then again, that might be something that would interest you then. Okay, dedication, enlightenment. Fantastic. Okay. Okay, I must perform the actual work. Also, by the way, somebody is after me. A curious few. So if I did anything illegal, they would catch me. But I haven't, so we're good. Alright, eventually we do want to increase the reason, but yeah. This game is very easy to make a bunch of time pass, and also now I can read books in Latin, so that's fun. Let's do this, find a potential collaborator. I'm gonna let this vitality go out. I feel like this is also fits into the spooky category. So we're good with that. Can't do that. Struggling to find people. I guess we'll just read. Okay. All this vitality. So this restlessness will eventually turn into dread. So I just need to make sure that doesn't get too much. Once we have 3, that's what makes us lose. And nice. We found our first acquaintance. We haven't hired her yet. She is mortal. Which, by the way, there are some immortal allies we can find. Rose is a sly miss, and she recognizes you as someone uncommon. You might be able to recruit the acquaintance as a follower. I believe... what do I do? Do I just talk to her? Yeah. Okay. Found a mystical organization. Nice. Ooh, notoriety. Well, we don't want that, but... Choosing a founding principle. Obviously the light. That's all that we have. Actually, I might be able to change if this is done in time. I might consider it. Let's see. What do we get? I don't think we can do occult knowledge. No. Yeah, occult is unique. Also, this is a level 2 occult as opposed to the level... Well, technically, I guess it's a level 4. But this is essentially a level 2 occult. So this will get me a level 2 location, but I'm not going to do that for quite a long time. So we'll just leave it off to the side. Alright, Course of the Heart. Okay, I may gain Vitality. Well, that's useful. But eventually you're going to get tons of cards, tons of equipment, tons of stuff like that. Let's go back to Moreland. We have some money. And yeah, I think I'm going to upgrade this. Because eventually I'm going to need a lesson learned, which requires 2 vitality. Our dread is getting pretty high here. We need to recruit. Got it. Okay. Wrapped in the King. Interesting book title. We have enough money. Well, let's do one more. We have notoriety, which is a problem. We can't get rid of it. So now we're going to have a detective on our back. I'm going to see what happens in 11 seconds. I don't know. Oops. Alright, we have it. Mirror of Glory. So that is the name of our cult. We also have a temporary headquarters, which that is where we are staying temporarily, as you can imagine. So yeah, that is our home. We also have our first recruit, a believer. She is good at edge, which means that she's a killer, essentially. She's a good fighter. So she is going to be important eventually. I like having it organized that's like on the side. It's where I have all my recruits. And yeah, I think I usually leave this up there. So let's just leave it up here. Okay. Yeah, I think that that's good. And in 3 seconds, I'm just going to check it out. As I always forget what I need. To level this up, I need 2 lesson learns. Okay, got it. So we got 1. Right, so we're going to work. Yeah, so it's a bunch of that kind of stuff, that kind of management, I guess. I mean, you're essentially seeing what the game is like, but it's on a bigger scale later. Like a much larger scale. Got another book. We can afford it. We have so much dread. That is a problem. And there's our wary detective. He's the easiest one to deal with. There are, like, actual rivals that are a lot harder. Ooh, a book in Latin. Well, I know how to read Latin. That's kind of cool. $5. Okay, I'm not going to do it. But we are... wrong one. We are going to get rid of this dread with contentment. That's a wash. Because there's a chance that dread is going to pop up, which if we get too much, we will eventually die. Not exactly fun. Okay, once that's done, we have our second lesson learned. Nice. We can do a health. That should be fine. We have vitality in the back. Man, I haven't played this in so long. Crazy. We can discuss things out in public in order to try to find people, which I guess I will. speak of esoteric matters. I'm going to do that. They're not doing anything with talking at the moment. Alright, looks like no dread for us. It only happens at the end of this minute that something bad can happen. But we're good. We don't have to worry about it. So the dread is just going to get discarded, essentially. Okay. So now this has leveled up. Now we have a hardened physique. So it was level 0, we got it to level 1, and now it's at level 2. That's really good. Alright, I have to use a health. And now we're even better. If you notice, originally that takes us 60 seconds, then it was 55, now it's 50. So it's getting better, and also we're less likely to injure ourselves with each time. That's really good. The other thing I really need to do, I probably need to level up passion. Would this be the way to go? I believe so. Reasoning is also important. Let's do reasoning. Yeah, the aspirant is the worst by far because he starts with 1s and everything, and that's real. And the maximum you can get, I believe, is 5 higher than what you start with. But other players, they typically start with like 3 or 2, well, 2 or 3, maybe even 4. So yeah. Oh no, I need my reason. Well, I think it's going to become dimmed, so I'm going to lose this person. Oh, it's a patron. Okay, patrons don't really matter. Okay. Oh, I guess the reason went over. Okay. I need another erudition, though. I could put in... I won't put in passion. We'll just say passion. I should be studying something. Well, we'll see what happens in 2 seconds. Is it dimmed? It is not. Alright, so now we have a patron named Count Jannings. So this guy can help us out in the world, but we don't really use him. I don't like these scholars individuals. It's a little bit hard to keep track for me, and they're not that important. You can do different requests for them, and if you do them, then they'll be happy. So yeah, that's essentially the way that they work. Yeah, so we're going to get a second reason because that's really important. Also, having a second passion is absurdly important. These things can really hamper your game unless you're able to get at least 2 in it all. Okay. Let's keep going. Our health is getting higher and higher. I guess I have enough money. Let's grab another book. Eventually, the library does run out. And then you have to explore these locations. Okay, let's combine the erudition. Okay. Man, all that vitality. Just chilling there. I did just get sick, though. That is important. Okay. Yeah, I can spend money to get rid of a sickness, which I got fatigue. Yeah, sickness. So I can spend money for it, or I can spend a vitality. Either is probably pretty valid, though. Now, all this stuff, like, I just know because of my experience playing the game. It does not come naturally at first. It does take some time to get used to. Like, understanding how it works, how to upgrade things. The first time round, I was like I had no idea what I was doing. Now we have plenty of vitality, so we can just get rid of one. But yeah, it definitely is like a ton of stuff to manage. It is fun, and also it is very addictive. But yeah, it definitely is like for certain people, because it's like, right, having to think of a dozen things at the same time can get tiring. And eventually it gets to the point where it's like you just want it to end, because it takes a few hours to actually win of essentially playing like this and being efficient. But it is something that's very easy to pass the time. Like if I want a time waster, you know, this game is a very good time waster. I could talk about esoteric matters again. I do have a reason. I should probably wait for one more. No, I can do it now. Let's do it now. I'll try to get another follower. Okay. Alright. So once that's done, we'll be in a very good spot. So this one, I don't blame you. Yeah, I'm gonna be ending it in a minute. I just want to get my passion. It's one of those things where, right, you always want to wait for the next thing to go off so you can do the next thing, and then that'll go off. You know. Okay. But yeah, I probably would suggest looking at, I mean, well, yeah. If you think you'd enjoy this game without the time crunch, I would suggest looking at the other game. Even though I've never played it, I did see a little bit of a playthrough of it. So, but if it's like the whole system doesn't seem fun to you, then yeah, you would not like the other game either. Oh, good, just needs passion. All right. Okay. Eventually I need to cut this occult scrap in half so I can explore it, but you can do that in this game. Yeah, I probably need one more health to feel safe. And nice. We found an acquaintance. There's another person I can recruit. Alright, recruit an acquaintance. This one is ready. Alright, we have our next friend. Alright. What do you do? You're moth? So she's good at stealth. That's essentially what that is. At being sneaky. Okay. Instead, I'll end it when I get 4 health. And why not? Let's get another book. We have the money. Kinda. Okay. We need the vitality. That'll be in 10 seconds. Okay. I need... Okay, that's fine. I can work one more time. At the book. Okay. Yeah, and also dread is increasing. I can spend some money to get happy. You essentially buy some opium. If you do that, you'll gain happiness, but you could also get sick. I think that you can actually get an addiction, which is kind of funny. I think that that is true. I could be wrong, but I think it's true. All right, we're going to wait for this to go off. And now, with 3 lessons learned, we can now upgrade again. And we may as well spend a health. Even if we get injured, we have a vitality prepped. Ooh, another acquaintance already. Okay. Eventually, you can also improve followers. They'll become disciples, I think. And then I think there's like a ultimate... I forget what it's called, like anointed or something. I don't know. It's been a little while. Oh, no, it goes believer, acolyte, disciple. I think that's what it is. What do you do? Okay, so this is the one that's naturally gifted in Lantern, which is what we do. So he will level up faster than everybody else. Well, if I kept playing, that is. Okay, got sick. Great. Okay, but we also got some health. And nice. Now we have a steely physique. I think that there's still 2 more. But yeah, let's actually see. What is it like now? It takes 45 seconds. So it keeps decreasing by 45. All right. I'm going to be ending it here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to be hanging out with Potato. We have a movie to finish and it's getting late. But yeah. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm glad I was able to make you decide not to get the game. Well, you know, for you to decide whether to get it or not. But yeah, I'm gonna be heading out. For those new, streaming on Tuesday, and yeah, same time, 10 o'clock EST. Gonna hit the sack in a bit. Yeah. I am excited for tomorrow. It is my rest days. It's my rest day on Monday. Yeah, Tuesday, innit? Tuesday. Okay. All right, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for hanging out, kid. It was nice seeing you. It was nice talking to you. I hope you are doing well. And yeah, I'm gonna be heading out. So, good night. See ya on Tuesday. On Tuesday. Bye-bye.